Once I've completed my draft of most or all components in Section 1 What Task, I can now create my skills list in Section 2 to ensure that I end up designing day-to-day instruction that meets my teaching task's skill demands. In Core Tools, Section 2 What Skills and Section 3 What Instruction are found together. Core Tools always provides 4 default skills clusters to start from. These clusters can be modified or deleted, and I can also add other skill clusters if I wish. I can then create skills that go in each skill cluster. The Module Editor's Add Skill feature gives me 2 different ways to add skills to create my skills list. The first option I have is to select a skill from a default list of skills that are commonly taught in LDC modules. Since I click to add a skill from the Preparing for the Task cluster, the system provides me skills that are appropriate for that cluster to choose from. The skills I can select from are divided up into categories. For example, the skill Task Analysis falls under the category Task and Rubric Analysis. If I decide to select a skill from the list, like Task Analysis, I'll see that it provides me with a generic skill definition which I can use, or I can modify it as needed. For other skills on the list, there is no provided skill definition, and I can create it myself. When I add a skill to a different cluster, I'll see different skills available to me in the Pick from a List option. For example, for the Reading Process skill cluster, I see these skills available. However, if I ever want to add skills to a specific cluster, such as to Reading Process in this example, that are typically intended for a different cluster, I can override by pressing Edit here and selecting a different source for my skills. In the near future, there will also be various discipline-specific sources of skills I can override to as well, instead of just the LDC default skills. The second option I have for adding a skill is to use the Create My Own Skill option. Here, I simply name a skill on my own. This provides me total flexibility. I can name the skill with precision based on the demands of my teaching task, grade level, and discipline, if there isn't a selectable skill appropriate for what I need my students to be able to do. It's important to note that I do not have to complete a full skills list before designing my instruction. Most of the time, teachers create a full skills list before adding instructional mini-tasks, but Core Tools is flexible in this regard. I might add just one or a few skills and then add mini-tasks for those skills before I go on to create my next skill. It's entirely up to the user. Now we're going to take a look at a module that already has a full skills list created as well as some mini-tasks added to it. After adding skills to my module, I can always go back and edit them or add to them at any time. I can also drag and drop to reorder my skills if I need to. It's important to note that at any time, if I just want to focus on my skills list, I can toggle this section to either let me just see and work on my skills list, or to see and work on my full instructional ladder, which is the skills list plus its instructional mini tasks.